Okay, so this video looks really funny because I'm in bed right now and I'm trying to sleep. But I was like, because I keep thinking about. I'm sorry, the camera is down here, so maybe I should just like not see over here, but it's kind of hard. That's not gonna work. Anyway, so this video is really weird. I look like a fucking insane person. I look completely batshit crazy. This angle sucks. My hair is greasy as fuck, even though I just washed it today. The audio might be bad, so that's great. My face is greasy, even though I just washed it. It's 3 o'clock in the morning right now. I can't sleep. I've been doom scrolling YouTube and watching Dan. I'm so tired. Dan Hent. Oh my god, why can't I figure out how to pronounce his name? It's not Henschel. Henschel? Dan Henschel videos? Yeah. I've been watching a lot of his videos lately. They've been giving me ideas, so watch out for that. I look like I look like I look like a toddler that just came into their mom's room. Like, Mom, I had a nightmare. No, this is horrible. I look so bad. Okay, you know what? It's fine. You know why? Because I'm a human fucking being, and this is what humans look like. This is what I look like when I'm sleeping, probably. That's probably what I fucking look like. Because we're human beings. Oh no, I have a hair in my mouth. Fuck. Ew, this is like the worst part of any day ever. Okay, I got it. Okay, ignore that. I'm fucking 3 minutes into this video. I haven't talked about what I want to talk about. Okay, so, okay, so just imagine that we just came off of shrooms, and I'm telling you this. Because this is really like, I remember, my friend and I, we had done shrooms a couple times a few years ago. And we would just end up just like being in my bed together, just like looking at each other like this, just like talking about whatever. And like I remember this one person, this one personal time where she was looking at herself in the reflection of my window, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm beautiful," and I was like, "Yeah, you are beautiful," and she started crying. Yeah. Anyway, do shrooms once in your life, or don't. Actually, don't do that. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Anyway. No, let me talk about what I want to talk about. Okay. This is hurting me. So this has been bothering me. This has been bothering me because I feel like I'm insane. And I've just been like really... This is gonna sound so fucking stupid. But I just feel like I'm really in love lately. And I don't know... Is there another fucking... This is so fucking stupid. I feel like I'm really in love lately, and that scares me because you have to be so vulnerable to just like be that way in that state of mind and to admit it, and it's just like it's just something really scary. And I sometimes, I used to wonder a lot if the feelings that I'm feeling are a mistake. Like I shouldn't feel that way because like I'm not seeing the red flags. I'm in love and I'm not seeing the red flags, because that's what happened with my mom and dad. My mom was so in love with him and she wanted to have kids. So they got married, and they've been married for 20 years, and they've just like always fought, and it's just been horrible, and it was horrible growing up that way. So I always told myself, and I had a bad relationship before, so I just told myself like I have to be cautious about this kind of stuff. Um, it's late, so I'm just like not here right now, but I was thinking, I saw a fucking Instagram reel about a fucking cat and a dog, and it was stupid as fuck, but it made me think, like, someone said in the comments, um, I've seen, it was a fucking relationship thing about how cats and dogs don't work out, and somebody said in the comments, they were like, I have seen a lot of videos where cats and dogs do work out, and I think that, it's more about how you deal with the problems and how you deal with what you faced, and like you can work it out together if you both choose to work it out together. You can make it last and you can figure it out, but it's so hard to get someone who's like not stubborn, and there's nothing fucking like there's someone who's caring enough or someone who's flexible enough to understand, especially if you have other problems. So uh I just started crying because I was like, I've always believed that there's so many people on this planet, and if you believe in soulmates, like I don't believe in soulmates because there's so many people on this planet. There's like 9 billion people on this planet right now. And the fact that like if you stayed in your hometown your whole life, that you would just find your soulmate in your hometown is such a ridiculously small odd that just like I just couldn't even. And even having a lifelong partner, I was like, there's no way, because there would have to be someone who's like perfectly aligns with you, like a puzzle piece that's just near you somehow. Like maybe that person is across the world, but you'll most likely never find them ever. So I was like, so what the fuck? Like there's just like, what the fuck's the point? It's like, because that's what I just thought. Like you had to be perfect for each other. You had to be love at first sight. Everything had to be fine. Um, and I knew things like, communication or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I just always thought there's no way someone can just be able to work it out. Like, it's just like about everything. It's just, like, I didn't think it was possible. And now that I've been growing up more and I've been thinking more, this is about to fall off the bed. I've been thinking more and I've been realizing that there are people like me out there that and people like my boyfriend too who are flexible and have an ability to care about themselves and someone else, and care about more than just superficial things, and would love someone and want to harness that love and make it work. My TV just turned off. Actually, in the background right now, I have some of my boyfriend's friends playing League of Legends, and he's listening in the background, and I join a lot at night because I can't fucking sleep and I have to stop doom scrolling on YouTube. But this light in my eye is actually like starting to hurt me. I'm starting to like see dots. Anyway, and I just started crying because I was thinking like, God, I don't know if anyone relates to this, but I when I was in school, I just like always thought that I saw all these other girls around me and they like always had boyfriends, like really young, like middle school especially. I started to notice it, but even technically, when does elementary school end? Because if there's elementary, middle school, and high school, middle school for me started at 6th grade, so it was before 6th grade, so technically elementary school, but I guess you could consider that like transition school, like a central school. I think was it central, or was that before middle? I don't fucking know anymore. But like 3rd grade, I started to notice it, and I was like, there's no boys who want to be with me. Like, there's no. I did have some girls. I did have some ladies that I knew that liked me, and I threw that away. But that wouldn't have been a good relationship anyway, knowing them now. But and I got picked on by guys all the time. I really had that thing happen that some girls talk about, where a guy will go up to you and be like, hey, I like you, or hey, my friend likes you, and they're playing like a joke on you. They're trying to make you look like a fool. I don't really completely understand like what the point is. I guess it's just to be like, oh, how could you ever think that I would like you, or how would you ever think that my friends would like you? I don't. It's so stupid. Um, but I've been really trying to teach myself to let go of all the stupid fucking bullshit that kids did because I didn't do any of that stuff. So I don't want to use the excuse of, well, they were just kids because that's stupid as fuck. Like, your parents should have taught you better. I don't know about all that shit. I don't know. I look like I'm jaundicing. I look like I'm fucking jaundicing. What the fuck? And like you can see my pores and everything. It's terrible. Oh my god, everything's terrible. That's okay. That's okay because we're human beings. This is what a human being looks like. So, another part, you just gotta accept yourself. You gotta accept yourself. Gotta love yourself. And I'm tired of, like, I see all the time, videos of, like, I don't know. I saw, like, I was watching a Dan video, and he was talking about giving people relationship advice, and it's, like, kind of a joke, kind of not. I'm seeing a bunch of lines from how much I'm moving with this thing in my face. This makes my hair look so greasy, but it might help with all this shit. Ooh, ooh, I got a little back crack there. Okay, it looks like there's a fucking helicopter above me, but oh, okay. Where's the camera? Here? Okay. Is this good? Is this... I don't know what's good anymore. Okay, what the fuck am I talking about? I took an Adderall today for the first time. That was actually pretty good. I was really scared because of the Vyvanse situation, but I've actually been really relaxed all day instead of freaking out and running all over the place, so that's good. That's a big surprise. Okay, relationships, okay, kids in school. I've been just trying to let it go because I'm an adult now. I have to let shit like that go. But like it's still part of the programming that I learned, and because of how I was treated at school, I taught myself that I would never be loved by anyone. I would never find a boyfriend, and I would definitely never have sex ever. And I was so bitter about this stuff. I pretended not to be bitter about it, but inside, because I didn't want to make fun of anyone. I knew it was wrong, but like, middle school a little bit, I made fun of people, but I didn't want to like openly do that because I knew it was wrong, but I was just so mad about everything because, great, the fucking thing moved again. Ow, what was that? I installed my AC today. That was nice. Can I do something about this, please? Okay, that's a little bit better. This is hurting my back, but okay. I'm just gonna face you this way because there's no lighting here, so. Anyway, what the fuck is going on? Programming, telling me myself that I won't love myself. Oh, so I got really bitter about everything. And, like, especially girls, I would just, like, assume that all of them were just evil and bad, even though a lot of times they didn't really do anything wrong. But, it was just the idea of, like, oh, they're cute and they're having fun, well, they must be evil then, because, I'm not cute and I'm having fun, so I must be the only right one. Like, I know other people have felt this way before. I'm, like, freaking out because my face is way too close. Not because of how we look, but, like, I'm hallucinating, so. Okay. I don't know if this helps. This doesn't really help. Hairbrush? Hairbrush on top of the screen? I don't want it to shut off the recording, though. Okay, that helps. You know what? That helps. I just gotta stay in this spot right here and not look at myself. Anyway, and I think I'm really trying to figure this out. I've been really trying to be on a sexual liberation journey right now because, I just have so many mental roadblocks,
and so many hard feelings about sex in general, and it's been so hard and so embarrassing for me. And like, I feel like I'm a pretty sex positive person. I've had so many people around me who tell me about their sex lives, and I'm just like, good for you. Like, that's great for you. And like, I guess originally, because I'm 20 years old, I only had sex last year when I was like 2 months away from being 20. It was November 19th at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, um, with my boyfriend, and we're both virgins. And that's also a thing, by the way. If for some reason any little children are watching this, it does not make you cool to lose your virginity early. And that's not just cope because I thought it was cope, because I was like, oh fuck, like that's one of the reasons that I had such a difficult time with my ex-boyfriend, because I wanted to have sex so bad, not because I wanted to have sex with him. I didn't give a fuck about him. I hated him. Loki hated him, but I didn't know that at the time. I just thought it was a bad girlfriend. Um and I'm so glad that I didn't. I'm so fucking glad, because if I lost my virginity to him, oh my god, I would have to deal with that, and just, oh my god, I'm so glad. My body physically rejected him, and I'm so glad about it. Like, I would just be glued shut, because inside my consciousness was telling me this is not right. This is not who I want to lose my virginity to. It's This relationship is terrible. But I just was so convinced that everything was my fault, and just like I liked him. It's so fucking stupid, but it's such a magical experience to not have someone take your virginity, but for you to allow them to be gifted your virginity to them. Um, and to have that happen to me, where like we were both losing our virginity at the same time. There's like something like that's so just magical and connecting about that. Especially if you're in a relationship, like if you're having casual sex, um, with some guy or whatever, and you guys lose your virginity to each other, I guess that's cool. But if you're not in a relationship, I don't know. Maybe that's just closed minded to me. But recently, I've been just really thinking. This is kind of a side tangent, but I've been really thinking about this lately, because it's been really disturbing me. Um, um, what the fuck am I talking about? Talking about sex or some bullshit? I don't even know. It's been so hard to keep track of my thoughts right now. Um, anyway, virginity, losing your virginity, whatever, or being gifted. Oh, that's right. Um, I really think that I don't want to sound old. I don't want to sound like what I'm going to sound like, but I'm going to be honest. I think it's kind of the truth. I think right now our society is very focused on sexual liberation, and I think in a way we're going about it the wrong way, because I think hookup culture is still really real, and people are like not really caring that much about the sacredness and the worth of their own bodies. It's not for everyone who has casual sex. I don't mean that. But like people who consistently have casual sex with random guys or random women, in some situations, it's fine. There's always the percent of doubt where it's like, I'm probably wrong about this. But in my life, I've seen times where my friends would be casually hooking up with people, and it's just because they're missing something in their life. It's not because there's an actual connection. It's not because they obviously, these particular people didn't value their bodies. They didn't, especially because they lost their virginity early, they had this idea that sex was not sacred and it was just something that you did. But now that I'm older and I have the privilege of honestly losing my virginity late, because I used to think that I was bad, that I waited so long, and I was like, I'm a fucking loser. Um, Even 19 was late, but by modern day society standards. Um, but I'm just so glad that I waited, because it just was not the right time, and I was not losing it for the right reasons. Um, I also have what's it called? I can't think of it, but it is a real condition where your vagina has spasms, whenever anything is entered inside of it, even if it's just like a finger or if it's a tampon. And it was so bad that I had to see a physical therapist because I couldn't get a pap smear or testing for cancer because I would just completely freak out. I just freak the fuck out. And I I did a little bit of physical therapy for that. And she taught me some breathing and some yoga and bullshit to do. And that was like um September, and it ended in like mid-October. And I was like on and off about it. I was not consistent. And the first time that my boyfriend was like, he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, yeah, but I'm warning you that I don't know if I'll be able to do this because I've never been able to do it before. And he was like, yeah, it's okay. And we didn't finish or anything like that because we had no condom and no protection, and we also had no lube. So that's fucking crazy. So it was, I'm gonna be honest, it was painful. It was a little bit painful. Um, because it was just nothing ever of that size was ever in me. And I was just like, I was so blown away that I actually did it. I was like, I can't fucking believe that this actually happened. And I actually, like, I had sex. I can't fucking believe that I actually did it. I never, literally, I just couldn't fathom that it would ever happen to me. Not just because I didn't lose my virginity, but I just never like processed it. I thought about relationships and I was like, it was something in the back of my mind where I was like, I'm not gonna please my partner because I can't do it. And I've tried and it just doesn't work. Um, and it was just so easy for me with my boyfriend. And I think because we just started dating September 15th and then November 19th, like that's pretty soon for me. Um, so, um, it just completely changed. It kind of changed my perspective on it because I was wondering, like, maybe subconsciously I knew that, like, it wasn't my time and this isn't what I wanted. I wanted to lose my virginity because I didn't want to feel left out, not because, like, it mattered to me. And virginity doesn't really matter because it's not real, it's just a form of control. But I think there is something to be said about your first experience with something like that because it's not normal. It's not, it's not kids are gonna have sex, but for some people like me, I would never be ready to have sex in middle school. And um some people maybe, yeah, kids like to experiment. It's fine. But we need to start having conversations with kids about sex. I'm sorry, but like we need to have better sexual education. The only thing I really remember about sex ed for me was learning about periods. Um they gave us like deodorant and pads, I think. And we were taught a little bit about male anatomy. I don't ever remember being taught anything about sex. I don't even know I think a little bit about reproduction, which is again not sex ed, really. Learning about reproduction is biology. So actually, yeah, it was shit. It was fucking terrible, even though I went to a high school that really wasn't that great. But just an example of how people don't want to be honest with young kids or young adults about sex because we still have this purity culture that reigns, and it's really bad. And I can't I think some of that is why I have such a problem with it. I've always found like romance even and like kissing on screen and everything like that so disgusting, especially if it was a sex scene. I'd just be like, oh my god, why the fuck is this in this fucking movie or in the show? It doesn't matter at all. Sex does not matter. um and this is just a rant about sex at this point, but like it needs to be said, and I don't know if I want to make a full video about it, but we need to start talking to our kids about this too in the future. We cannot let this continue to happen because this is how mistakes get made and this is how abuse happens because we are uneducated and we think that the problem is us because we don't know any better. This happens for men and women, and men are also not taught about sexual assault, really. It's women who are prepared, who we are taught from the very fucking beginning um ways to not be sexually assaulted and how to defend ourselves. And we don't teach men as often to not rape women. And that's just a hard fact of life. And admitting it is how we fix it. So I'm so glad I've been seeing schools and stuff teach men or boys, teach boys about consent, because we think it's so simple, and it's not, and it's really not. And we have this idea of what rape is and what sexual assault and sexual harassment, and like, it might be annoying when you start a new job, but sexual harassment training is really important, and I'm glad that we're doing it because it's not a waste of time. And sexual assault and rape ruin someone's life. It can ruin someone's life, and it's a big reason why a lot of people commit suicide. And we don't want to talk about these things because it's hard, and we think we know these things, so we don't talk about them, or we think like we're above like asking, so why is rape bad? And it's like, well, it just is. Okay, but tell me why though, and tell me what it is, because I don't know if you actually know, because a lot of us don't. And sometimes it's even hard to understand for a while, and that's okay. We just have to get over it. So because I'm really thinking, I don't really know where I learned it from. I think a lot of it, some big parts stemmed from my parents fighting about it. I remember one time, I'm gonna be honest about this because this genuinely was something that really bothered me in my relationships, and it's one of the reasons that I was insecure about having oral done on me, which is just ridiculous, and it just sucks. But my mom and my dad were fighting outside, and she was crying, and she was like, you don't finger me, you don't eat me out or anything like that, and you gag because you say that I smell bad. And I was like, I would freak the fuck out if that ever happened to me. So I was just like, I'm just gonna completely avoid it at all costs, because I feel like I would never not have a scent. So let me just not do that, because if my boyfriend, like if Evan gagged at me because I smell bad, I would just completely lose my shit, and I would just like withdraw from society for weeks, and like I just don't know how I would handle it. And oh my god, my boyfriend's just so fucking sweet, and I just can't. But he's never done anything like that to me at all. And because these conversations are hard for me, and sex is just something I've always just considered shameful. I was never able to communicate if I wanted anything, because I felt so bad about wanting something, because I just conditioned myself, especially since my last relationship, that what the fuck am I talking about? That my pleasure wasn't needed. And I knew that it was wrong. I can feel inside that it's wrong, because it's just ridiculous. It goes against like rational logic. But I just thought my point of, if I ever have sex, is that I need to pleasure the man that I'm with, because I want him to know that I love him, and I know that it's important to men, and I have to decondition that out of me and tell myself that it's not important, and it's not something that I need, it's not something that I want, even if it is, because I can't deal with all of this pressure, all of these things that I don't know and I don't understand and I don't know how to deal with. And I just kind of wish that I would have had more education as a child, because I wonder if things would have been easier. And I really just, and I don't completely know how to talk about it with children either. My future kids, I don't really know how I'd be able to talk about it, but I would hope that going through these experiences, and understanding that these are a product of society, not because there's anything morally wrong with having sex or with kids having sex with each other. There's nothing morally wrong with that, and it's natural. It wasn't right for me, but that doesn't mean that it's like we should be. There's so much shame around sex in this fucking society, and it's so fucking ridiculous. And it's just like I keep telling myself that it's not important, but if it wasn't important, I feel like people's lives wouldn't be completely fucking ruined over trauma that's happened because of it, or sexual problems or whatever, or relationships wouldn't end because of that, or people wouldn't cheat on their partners because they weren't having good sex or whatever. It's just like, and I'm still trying to fix that because of just like, oh my god. because I don't have sexual problems. Actually, what's happening lately is I've been really enjoying it, and that's the problem. That I'm enjoying it and I'm having fun, and I've just like it's still such a shock that it's even happening to me and that I thought it would ever happen to me in the first place, because I just thought like I just never ever thought of myself as being capable, physically capable of ever to do it. So just like um what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. Capable of ever to do it. Oh, I feel a lot of shame because I like it. And it's stupid because I know my consciousness is telling me that's stupid. Um, if sex is good, it's supposed to feel good. Like, it's actually completely fucking normal for your body to like it. That's like kind of how it's supposed to be. Um, but I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's just things I learned from society. I think it's just the fact that it's not talked about enough. And women who do talk about it are shamed. And men who talk about it, a lot of times I've seen, go about it in the wrong way, where they're like womanizers, or they use women and they're like, oh yeah, I love sex, I love fucking all these women, and it's like, what the fuck? It's not normal, it's not healthy. I want to learn about a relationship that works out, and you have a healthy relationship with someone, and you guys have good sex together, and like I want to hear about that. And I've been like, because I just didn't expect this to be a problem, that like I thought once I did it and I was having fun, that seems like the end of it. This seems like I fixed the problem. Like I did it. I'm so happy. When I had sex for the first time, and like even though it was painful, it felt a little bit good but mostly painful. I just cried in my boyfriend's arms because I just like I couldn't I couldn't just like I it was just so overwhelming for me. Um and I'm so glad that he's been so supportive, because I feel so fucking bad because um a lot of the guilt and the shame has come from the fact that I really want to have sex with him all the time because I just love him so much. Um, and I just feel so bad because I feel like I'm so worried that I'm pressuring him all the time, but I'm not, and he tells me that I'm not all the time, but I just like I'm so worried, especially I think about um this probably comes from my past trauma, that I just always felt forced because I wanted to make him happy. Other than the fact that he was physically forcing me and he was guilting me and stuff like that. But I wanted to make him happy so bad, and I feel like my boyfriend's the kind of person that like really cares about how I feel. So I was just so nervous that if I told him that like I want to have sex with you more often, I love you and I love having sex with you, then he would be like, oh, if I don't want to have sex with her but she wants it, I should do it because it would make her happy. And I just like the idea that someone I love so much would ever go through what I was put through, like, kills me a lot. I'm like so I'm so worried that somehow I would um put the same pain on him that was put on me, even though like I feel like that's completely ridiculous, because that's so stupid. Like that would never fucking happen ever because I'm not fucking insane. But just the fact that even the littlest part of making him feel bad or anything like that, just it just like completely breaks me. So and I also feel like maybe some of the stuff that happened to me wouldn't have happened if I would have known that, like, I don't know. And all of this stuff I have to do because I have to teach myself, by the way, because I was told that there's literally zero fucking sexual therapists in my area, except for in fucking Massachusetts. And my insurance doesn't cover it. So yay, American healthcare system. So I'm too shy to talk to my normal therapist about this because I feel like it's not a specialty and I don't want to make her uncomfortable by talking about this stuff, even though it really bothers me. So I've been trying to slowly expose myself more and more to healthy sexual relationships and uh, healthy relationships with one's body and sexuality in general because it's just so confusing to me and I'm just so lost when it comes to it, and I just like it's so uncomfortable for me. It's so uncomfortable and I have to push through those uncomfortable feelings because I just like I have the rational side of me where it's like none of this should be happening. I shouldn't be feeling this way, but it still exists and I still have to deal with the fucking feelings. It's so annoying. um oh Ooh, that hurt my back. Um I let me show you something. This was the first book that I bought. Um, I can't show anything in this book because there's just naked vages in here. But um, this book started this journey for me because I, there was some things in this book that made me really upset because I know one of the first entries in this book because basically okay, let me tell you, the book is a journey where it talks about women's personal experiences with how they feel about their bodies, and it shows real pictures of their vulvas and their vaginas and their body without showing their face or anything like that. Um, they can share whatever story they want to related about that. And this was just when I don't know if it says when I bought this. I didn't write it anywhere, but this was around when I was trying to go through my trauma related to um, the sexual abuse. And one of the first entries was this girl, and she was like, I never understood why women say that, like, sex with men is bad. Like, I've never had a bad experience. And I was just so angry that I guess it was some jealousy, but it was mostly just anger that it happened to me. And I was like, I just like fucking can't. Just fucking can't. I was so mad. I was outside on my in my lawn and I was just crying because I was just like so is this gonna stay? I was just so mad. I was just so mad that oh my god, it looked terrible. Whatever. I was just so mad about what happened to me, and but looking through this book has helped me a little bit, especially with feeling self-confident about my own body because I just felt like there was something wrong with me, of course, because I was like, I have a vagina, no man would like this, it's so weird. um my hair looks so fucking greasy, oh my god, I swear to god I just washed it today. um I was like, how, if you have a peen, why would you think that a vagine is like cute? It doesn't make any sense. But I think I asked my boyfriend about this too, and he was like, I can't give you a reasonable and rational response as to why. It just is that way. And it's just like biologically, it's just how it is. That's just what I'm attracted to. I don't fucking know. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Because I keep having issues in my life that I try to rationalize why it's happening instead of just accepting it is what it is. It just, it's not, it just is. It just exists as it is. And I've been accepting that more, especially with just my boyfriend who I love so much. That's just been really helping me through this. And I just feel so bad for him because I'm going through this journey a lot right now, especially because I have him, and just like dealing with just the shame from sex and just like dealing with all these emotions that I just don't understand if they're bad or if they're normal or like what. And I just like, it's been twice now. It was earlier this week and then like 2 weeks ago or so. I was just in his bed and I was just crying because I was just like, I was having like sexual feelings, or I was ashamed of having sexual feelings, or I didn't understand, and it was just like, it's just so fucking bullshit because it doesn't matter at all. And I feel like just open communication would solve these issues with him specifically, but deeper down, there's more stuff that I have to work on. Um, um, but I've been trying to work on this because it's just so debilitating, and it's such a stupid ass fucking problem that just like has been ruling my life secretly in the background for so long, and it's just so stupid. It's just like ridiculous to me. This is a book I've been really interested in. It's the Kama Sutra. So this is a book, an ancient Indian text about love and sex. And this guy is basically writing, this is how you do sex right. And I was like, I gotta hear what he's gotta say. And there's very interesting parts in here. There's also ancient drawings and sculptures and everything about these people having sex, and it can be uncomfortable for me sometimes because it's just like it's a little graphic. But you know what really bothered me? I realized, well, I realized this a while ago, but I really hated the idea of sex specifically and men's genitalia because I associated it with pain because of my ex. So that was great. But now that I'm looking through these photos, I'm like, oh my god, I can imagine me and my boyfriend. That's so hot. So it's been really helping me that I'm just so grateful because it could be some other stupid ass shitty guy because there's a lot of shitty guys out there. Ladies, I there's so many of us who are optimistic about men, and I just need to throw the fucking boiling hot water on you right now. A lot of them are stupid and confused, and they might not have bad intentions, but they're still stupid as fuck. And you have to protect yourself from that because as women, we're born, it's in our blood to be nurturing and to be caring and to care for men and want babies and all of this traditional stuff. In our lives are we're born to be very male centered, so I need to tell you this right now. Men are, especially because they mature, not their brains not as fast as us. A lot of times they're fucking stupid as shit and they make stupid as fuck decisions, and it will ruin your life. If you let it, it will ruin your life. So I'm just telling you this right now because you will meet a man like that. You might not necessarily date him, but you will meet a man like that. And another side tangent that's not really related to this, but kind of is because it's related to just like this whole thing. Oh my god, the double chin is so badly. Although I've been losing some weight, so that's good. Anyway, okay. It is not your fault if the men that you end up dating are trash. It is not your fault if you happen to get those people in your life and you're like, oh my god, another bad one. You cannot control the hands that you're dealt in life. The only thing you can do, the only control you have is how you deal with the situations. And time again, I see it over and over again. People that I know, this just happens a lot. I've just heard about it a lot. They will stay with someone because they're just convinced that either they can't get anything better or they just let things slide. It and they're just shitty men, and I know that it'll end. That's the thing. They always end because they're fucking stupid as fuck. And my friend was telling me something, and she said, you know, I'm really happy right now. And I've heard about the stupid ass fucking fights that her and her boyfriend have gotten into. This fucking chud muffin, as my boyfriend likes to call him, because I've never met him. But I guess they walked into the local grocery store TM together, and my boyfriend was like, he smelled so fucking bad. And I was like, oh my god, I know he's so trash. I haven't even met him. I do remember his name, but I almost forgot for a second. That would have been a blessing. But he's trash. He's just trash, and I can't really tell you why, but trust me, he's fucking garbage. And they have fought about the stupidest fucking shit, and I'm just like, girl. And she's like, I'm really happy right now. Like, the times we fight are really bad. Oh, my boyfriend just texted me, have sweet dreams, my love. She was like, the times we fight are really bad. Like, it's really bad, but the times that we're good, it's really good. So I'm just holding on to that. And I'm like, okay, so that's not how a relationship lasts or how it works or anything like that. She's very aware that it's trauma based and it's not going to last. I'm pretty sure she's aware of that subconsciously. She has to know that it's not gonna last. It's the stupidest fucking shit ever. But she does because she doesn't want to be alone. Same thing with some other people that I know. They cannot be alone. And it's really seriously a skill you have to develop. I'm serious because so many problems are caused because you don't want to be alone with yourself. And I think I'm a pretty good master of that because I've been alone most of my life, and I like to self isolate if I have a problem. And that's also a thing that I'm worried about because I always taught myself that I would be alone. So now that I have a guy that I want to spend the rest of my life with, and he loves me very much, um, I'm like freaking out because I'm like, if I lose this guy, like I'm gonna be fine, but it's gonna hurt me so badly that like I just like, oh, just whatever. But back to what I'm saying, if you say some dumbass bullshit like that, well, the times we fight are really, really bad, but the times that we're good, they're really, really good. You're a fucking idiot, and you're blinded by emotions. I've heard this metaphor once, and I'm gonna butcher it, no pun intended, but hear me out. Imagine you make a good ass steak. It's a fire steak. You love steak, so you're so fucking excited. But you didn't realize that you accidentally used way too much fucking salt, way too much salt, that when you take a bite out of it, you're like, oh my god, this is disgusting. Like, it's so, like, nasty, but everything about the steak is perfect, except for the salt. And you have to question, would you rather not just make a new steak? Or would you rather suffer and have a whole bad experience because you added too much salt, or the steak has too much salt? And you can't remove the salt. You can't go back and remove the salt. It is that way. So would you rather not just eat a steak you like, or would you stick with the steak that you think is perfect, even though it's not perfect, because you can't remove the salt? So fucking bullshit. And you know what else? Gotta mention this too because I was in bed thinking about this, lying awake at night thinking about this. Um, when I think about why my boyfriend is so great to me, I don't think about the moments where we're out getting ice cream, or when we're out at a restaurant, or we're at the movies, or we're at his house and we're having a great time, or we're fucking or whatever. I mean, those parts are great, but when I think about how good of a boyfriend he is, I think about the times where I'm just so embarrassed and I'm at my lowest and I'm so embarrassed that I'm acting a certain way around him, or and I'm sad and I'm just in a horrible mood and I need someone, and I think about how he's there for me and how he helps me and how he's helped me so much, and just the things that he says to me and how he acts around me. It's the bad parts that I think about when I think about a good partner, because it's the little things that matter. I remember I was attempting to give him a blowjob, and that's the sexual trauma that I have. It's really triggering for me, but I'm trying to get over it because I love him so much. That like it doesn't really bother me that much anymore. But the actual problem was not the blowjob itself. It's the fact that I was going for a while and my jaw started to hurt, and I was shaking because I was tired, and I was trying to go as far as I could, and I was trying to do the best that I could, but I just couldn't. I couldn't physically handle it. I was so tired, and I ran into the bathroom and I was crying, and I locked the door, and I was in there naked and I was cold and I was just crying because I was just like, everything's horrible. Like I'm letting him down, and I just feel so awful because he eats me out like all the time, and I just never thought that I'd ever, first of all, that it would ever happen to me, but I would ever deserve something like that. And I was just so convinced. I still have a little part of me thinks that he doesn't enjoy it, and he does it because he loves me and he doesn't want to do it, but he does it anyway, and I never ask him to do it. I never ask him to do it. He'll look at me and he'll ask me if I want him to do it, and I don't even say anything. I just like look away. I'm just very bashful, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, blah blah blah. And he does it because he can just read me well enough that he knows if I want something or if I don't want something. And by the way, if I don't want something, I'll just say I don't want it. I unless it's like a thing where it's like I feel bad because it's something that you want really bad. But if you're like asking me if I want something, if I don't want it, I'll just fucking say no. Um, but it's really hard for me to say yes because I feel like I don't deserve it. I feel like I'm not good enough to deserve it. I feel like it's weird and sex in general is like disgusting. And I've had to get over this idea that like it's like savage and it's um uncivilized to have sex. And I still have to get over that because it's like you just like look at how people have sex and it's just like what the fuck? Like like you just go animal mode. You just go animal mode and you're not human anymore. And it's just like that's just what I think about. And it's just so fucking anyway though, gotta get over that. But my boyfriend was so helpful. I was in the bathroom and was crying. He unlocked the door, I think with a key or somehow. Um and he knows me enough that like I don't usually want space. I just run away because I don't know how to deal with the emotions and I'm embarrassed. So I really don't usually want space and I want to talk about it because I feel like the only way that you can really fix a lot of problems you have with someone is to talk to them about it. If it's trauma related and it's something inside your own head that's caused by something, that person can help you, but you don't necessarily have to talk to them about it because it's not their problem. It's not, they didn't cause anything. But if it's related to them or something happened and they triggered you by accident, you should talk to them about it definitely. And I shut down and I run away because I'm embarrassed and it's just everything I'm feeling is horrible and overwhelming. And he came in, and this is also an important detail. He was also naked, which really helps because it would be it's just a really different dynamic if one person is clothed and the other one is completely naked and cold. So it was helpful that he was also in the bathroom with me and he was trying to talk to me and he was telling me I'm not disappointed. It just happens sometimes and I'm sorry and it's not your fault and it was I was just we were in there for like at least 10 minutes, maybe 15. I don't even know. Um and I just couldn't look at him and he was just doing his best to communicate with me and trying to make me feel better and trying to make me laugh. And he'll grab my face and he'll try and make me look at him even though I fight it a lot because I'm just so embarrassed about whatever that like I just can't look at him because I feel so bad. But those little things really help and I'm just so shocked that like I didn't have to teach him any of this because I hear all the time like girls you don't have to teach your man something, training seasons, that song? I actually do like that song. But I had to teach my ex-boyfriend. He didn't know what the fuck foreplay was. He didn't give a fuck about my pleasure at all. So again, just part of the trauma, part of the fucking experience of being a woman. But I didn't have to teach him any of that. I didn't have to teach him how to communicate with me, how to talk with me. I don't know how he does it. I don't have to teach him how to, like, unless it's something specific, but I don't have to teach him how to pleasure me sexually. Like, all of this stuff was just so weird to me because I was so convinced that I was like, oh god, if I get into a relationship with a man, I'm gonna have to teach him all this bullshit. And I don't know if he's, like, researched stuff before, or if he just knew, but I'm just so amazed like every day at how just awesome he is and I'm just so completely blessed and I'm just like so blown away and I just like wish he like knew to the extent that I'm so grateful. And I don't think I can fully explain it enough and I still have problems standing up for myself sometimes and I still always can't talk to him about things because I just think about him so much and I just don't want to do anything to possibly hurt him. So I try and hold stuff inside. But he like even if I like even if I try and fight it and I'm like this is stupid, you don't have to know about this. It's not important to us at all. It's not about you, blah blah blah, whatever. And sometimes I sneak little lies in there because I'm trying to like save myself. If I'm like this isn't about you, it's only like a half truth because I'm hiding it from you because it impacts you. So it's a little bit about you, but it's probably not caused by you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like weird, complicated shit like that. And it's just like, I just, I'm telling you, if you're a woman and you settle for less than what I have, you're closing the door for yourself. Because I genuinely believe that you have to push that negative energy out of your fucking life. If there's a man who is making you feel bad in any way, you have to tune into that and figure out what the fucking problem is. If it's trauma related, if it's something outside of what he's actually doing, then it's a different story. But if he's making you feel bad, if he's making you do things you don't want to do, and you know it's wrong, just bye. Just throw him in the trash. Just throw him on the street. It's not fucking worth it to waste your fucking life. And I just see it happen, and I just like, I watch it happen, and I'm like, I tried, but it's not me, and I'm not letting that shit happen to me. So this is a really long rant. I have 2 minutes before I run out of fucking storage space, so this might cut off anyway. But I'm gonna upload this like now because I have to get this video off here. If you actually watched through this whole video, which I'd be very surprised if you did, this video is important and I want to talk more about this. But it's really late at night. I just can't fucking sleep. The sun is literally gonna come up in like, oh, but only an hour. In like an hour and 30 minutes, the sun's gonna come up. Maybe even less than that. Maybe just an hour. Ooh, I'm losing circulation in my legs. Okay, I have like 1 minute left. So if you did stick through this video, it's really important, and genuinely it's something you should think about, because even if you're a man, there's less societal pressures on men for sex related stuff, and again, it's just a fact. It's just a lot of societies have that way. Please just think about your own experience. Think about, just like tune in on what you were taught, because it stems from childhood. What were you taught about sex? What do you know about sex?